Wheeling speaks to the transfer of clean energy or electricity from an independent generator or producer in one part of the country to a consumer of that electricity in another part of the country. Electricity and Energy Minister Dr. Kgosientsho Ramokgopa says this is going to help to positively transform the energy landscape.
So it's going to make it possible for a mine, for a retail complex, for a business that wants to transition to green, cleaner forms of electricity, for an entity that does not necessarily want to rely only on Eskom, to get into an agreement with anyone or any part of the country to provide for that electricity. And then we're defining what those rules are.
Ramokgopa explained how the rules formalized by the energy regulator NERSA should enable the free flow of electrons from energy producer to energy consumer.
The rules must clarify system access for generators. So those who are going to say, I have an ambition of being an electricity generator. So if you like, an Eskom on a small scale, at the localized scale, but they still need to get an off-taker, someone who's going to buy this electricity that they are generating. So what NERSA will do will determine the rules as to generate this electricity. How do we give you access on our freeways and byways, the transmission lines that I referred to, and also the distribution and reticulation network. And then for someone who wants to do an off-take, but says I need cleaner forms of energy, I really can't rely on Eskom. I want to see who can offer me better pricing in the country. I really don't care where that person is. As long as you are able to give me this quality of electricity, the consistency, and this is the sources of energy that they must give me that electricity. Once they do that private arrangement with whoever the generator is, what NERSA will do will determine the rules on how that electricity, the electrons, get to that person who wants to consume. So really that is what is before us. I want to simplify a very complex engineering question. It's really about that. Just think of the freeway. You want to get to Moria. How do I pay the toll gate when I move from Pretoria to using the N1? That's all that we are doing today.
The minister says the opening up of the energy landscape will result in competition among energy suppliers, adding that this should place Eskom on its toes as it looks to remain sustainable, while also suggesting that energy prices could be more competitive down the line.
If there are multiple generators of electricity, it's going to ensure that competition is intense. So Eskom, as our dominant player, has to be efficient, because if you are not efficient and someone is efficient, is able to produce the electricity cheaper, your major users of electricity will abandon Eskom, will go to someone who provides cheaper, because it makes sense to do that. And in that way, Eskom is going to lose business. So what Eskom will be forced to do is to ensure that they compete with those new players. As they compete with those new players, they'll invest in research and development. They'll bring down the cost of electricity. Then everyone gets to benefit.
Ramokgopa says the introduction of the Wheeling framework should serve as a catalyst for further investments in renewable energy projects, as investors will understand the rules of engagement and will see the prospects for a good return on investment. Nompumelelo Siziba, SABC News, Johannesburg.